Hey, this is Judah, Days of Judah, and I'm popping on because I'm having a moment of cultural oneness, alignment, celebration. Let me explain. So, both of my parents were born in Jamaica, and I myself was born in the US. So I am first generation American. Um, and growing up, I never heard this from my parents, but growing up, anytime I talked to anybody that was Jamaican, I'm born there, they're always like, you're not really Jamaican because you weren't born there. And I wouldn't say anything back to them because, like, I felt like, how am I going to talk back to you because you were born there and I was born here? But in my head and in my heart, I was like, but like, have you looked at us? Like, have you looked at the generations coming from the from Jamaica? Like, even though we weren't born there, or as Jamaicans say, born a foreign, like we're still carrying the culture. Because growing up, I always saw, I would see other people of color, other Black people, that their families hailed from somewhere else, or they were just, have generations and generations and generations from the South. And I was like, we are having a totally different experience, totally different childhood, totally different approach to life, like all just because my parents are Caribbean and your parents are not. And so I was just like, when people would say like, "Oh, you're not Jamaican," I was like, but yeah, I get, like, I have America, like I'm American, but there's also so much of this culture that's just washing over me, being fed to me, that's in my ears. Like, the level of comfort that I feel when I hear the Jamaican accent, like, cannot be compared. It is just immediately makes me feel calm, at ease, at home. So, okay. So the moment of alignment uh, happened when, and I cannot, I think it's there on Instagram. There's this um, guy. His like name is handle is Chat Patwa, I think. Um, and his whole thing is all about teaching people Patois and like the Jamaican language, and that it is a language, and that we need to like honor that and respect that and keep it. Um, and so, but he had a one particular post that he put out where he spoke to Jamaicans born in Jamaica and was like, how are you gonna disenfranchise, um, say to people that, to your own, that that this is not their culture? How are you gonna kick them out and then be mad at them for when they're not taking up their cultural heritage, they're not doing the things of their culture, when you kick them out and you made them feel bad about trying to belong? So I didn't realize I even needed to hear that, but when I heard it, I was like, yes, 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 it's been my whole upbringing. um, so I felt so good hearing that. And then, like, I was, as you do, you scroll through Instagram, and of course, the algorithms. Then I saw another post that spoke about um, spoke about the fact that in the Jamaican Constitution, if your parents were born in Jamaica, even if you are born in another country, according to the Constitution, you're considered a citizen. Come on, heritage. Come on, heritage. I was like, wow, wow, wow. Like, my heritage is my right, is my place, is where I belong. I felt good. I felt good. So yeah, so that was. And then my other moment was I was like, heritage and culture. No matter what happens, you can't fight heritage. You can't fight culture. And if people tell you you're not something, if it's in your blood, if it's in your family, if it's all around you, all you see and hear, you're gonna do it. Point. This little thing right here is the mister's birthday, and his friend got him one of those edible arrangement things, with all the fruit, and that makes it look like a pretty, bouquet or something like that. So, we were, had dinner, and then we were like picking off the pieces of fruit, the cantaloupe and the honeydew and the pineapple and the strawberry, like picking off and everything and enjoying it. And then underneath the fruit, they had like to make it look like greenery of a bouquet, they had kale. And he's like, oh, there's just like some kale here. And my Jamaican brain turned on because I'm like, first off, we couldn't eat all the fruit all in one sitting. So then I get out all my containers, because I have my containers. I get out all my containers and I pack away the fruit, because we're not going to waste any fruit. I pack away the fruit, pack up all the fruit in the separate containers. And then I'm looking at this kale. And I was like, I bet you this company made this thinking kale is easy to grow and people are going to throw it out, but it's just for the pretty, it's just for the aesthetic. So like whatever. Kale is food, and you don't throw out food. So I like, my brain was like, you can make a salad, you have a rabbit, you can feed it to your rabbit. So you best believe took out the Ziplocs and put the kale in the Ziplocs to be used for, said purposes later. And then I was looking at this wonderful little thing, and I was like, oh, look at this. This is a nice container for one of my little terracotta plants, or terracotta pots. I put my pot in there. And then I can water it, and, and just anybody that's Caribbean, anybody that has that Jamaican heritage, is first generation American, you know what I'm talking about. You know that all of this stuff, all of this thought process that I'm going through is your culture, is your heritage. So if you are having a moment of cultural pondering, feel free to hang on to your heritage. Feel free to have alignment. Feel free to just be, however that looks like, with the American and the whatever the else, or, if you're in another part of the world, this and that and that and that, feel free to embrace it all. It's all yours. It's all in your skin. It's all in your bones. It's all in everything of who you are. Yeah. I just feel good. I feel good. Have a good night. It's Judith with Days of Judah.